Hello YouTube, it's Mark from SpendingWages here, and today I am going to be unboxing the long awaited PS4. There's quite a bit to get through, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. First off, I'm just going to take you through a few different views of the box. It was released in the Europe today, the 29th, and I pre-ordered mine a few months back with a website called Game, because I could not be doing with queuing up for hours and hours on end at all sorts of times in the morning. I can't fault the service that I received from Game, and I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a postman in the morning. The contents of the box is shown on the outside, and here's what you can expect to find. Enough of that. An inner box slides out. Inside was this leaflet, and when you open the box up, this is the first thing that you see. Really simple in terms of size and weight. First off, the quick start guide, then the controller, I'll come back to this later, the power lead, and the rest of the cables. Here's a closer look at the headset, the USB cable, and also included is their own HDMI cable. Moving on to the controller, again, I'll just take you through some different views. Lots and lots to say about this. A few quick things at first glance. It's bigger and it feels more substantial. Concave analog sticks, and both the directional and action buttons are closer together. The handles are longer, and the way you now grip the controller sits deeper into your hand, if that makes any sense. As you can see, the bottom half has a textured feel for extra grip. New buttons have been added, such as the options and share, and there is now also a touchpad, a light bar, and next to this is the back buttons, and these seem to function a lot better. The headset that we spoke about before now plugs into the controller, just like with the Xbox 360. Here is a size comparison with a PS3 controller, and as you can see, there is a big difference, and in some ways it puts the PS3 controller to shame, which I would expect from a next gen console. But being serious, we're going to have to be careful with this controller, because there's so much to it, because there's so much going on. We cannot afford to be throwing it around the room in rage, because it will break and they will be more expensive to replace. Now, I'm a big fan of Scuff Gaming. For those of you that don't know who they are, look them up. They are a really good company, and they customize PlayStation and Xbox controllers. When they get hold of this, they're going to have an absolute field day. It's going to be really interesting to see which way they take it, and also what price tag they decide to use. Because as you've seen, there's a lot going on with this controller, and surely this will reflect in their price. What they offer at the moment, I expect to be transferred onto this controller with possibly a few new features. So we're talking the likes of flappy paddles on the back, loads of colour options, dome sticks, that kind of stuff. But all in all, I'm quite impressed with the new controller at this stage. Now, this may change once I have given it some proper playtime, which will be immediately after I have done this video. Up next, the console itself. And here it is, sports fans, here it is. And again, I'll now take you through some different views so you can get a good idea of what it is like. To me, it looks like an absolute beast. It's sleek, it's sharp, it looks as if it's been designed to walk down the catwalk, as stupid as that sounds. Here you can see two USB ports. To the left of these you have the disc entry, and right in the middle, top and bottom, are the power and eject buttons, which are hardly visible at all. Vents run around the side of the console, and here's a look at the underneath. The back of the console reminds me of some sort of engine or exhaust. I don't know about you. And here's a close-up of what connections have been brought forward. Obviously you've got the power, now an optical digital, HDMI out, LAN and auxiliary. The final views are going to be of a comparison with a PS3 Slim. There's not a lot in it when it comes to the difference between size and weight, and shape for that matter. Colour and finish are pretty much the same. The front of the PS4 is a lot more discreet, with things now being almost hidden from view. The only difference with the connections is that the SCART has finally been dropped, and this has been replaced with a new auxiliary port. And that's about all there is to it. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be putting out a number of setup type videos with ITV, with a monitor, with a Mac, that kind of stuff. So check back if that's what you're into. So that's about it from me. Hopefully I've covered everything. If you're still here, then great, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.